Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel to FC 26 career mode. Currently doing really well in the Premier League, 16 points clear. And look at this win streak or non-defeated streak that we're on. January, we haven't lost a game yet. We've won every game. December, we've won every game. November, we've won every game. October, we've nearly won every game, but we drew 2 there. Last game we lost was a simulation against PSV Eindhoven in September. But we're having an unbelievable season of Vincent Kompany. I can't believe how good we've been. You think after the transition, after Pep Guardiola, very difficult to do so. You had so many players in the City side, players that think that they've reached their peak at Manchester City. Donnarumma, he won everything. Again at Manchester City, he wanted to move on. Ruben Diaz had won everything. It was time for him to move on. A lot of players weren't playing enough because they wanted to move on as well. So it's interesting, isn't it? We kick off today's episode with a game against Spurs away from home. It's going to be a double whammy against Spurs to start. It's one away from them, home in the Premier League against them. Then we face them again in the Cup. Second leg, Carabao Cup semi-final, 3-2 up in that one. Into the month of February, where we're going to simulate the games against Brighton at home, against Leeds at home. We're going to play QPR at home in the Emirates FA Cup. And then we'll probably simulate the game against Fulham at home. I mean, all 3 of these games in the Premier League, we're doing really well. We'll see where Fulham are and Brighton are, but I think we'll simulate those. Probably end the episode with a game against Crystal Palace away from home. However, there could be a Champions League game thrown in somewhere here as well. So we'll negotiate what we do with that if that does happen, because surely the Champions League hasn't been drawn quite yet, the knockout stages. So 7th place Spurs today, and we are going to rotate the team slightly because we've got our eyes on that cup game against them in just a few days' time. So Verbruggen starts in goal, it's Livramento, Diamande, Vardel and Udogie the back 4. Riley and Anderson in midfield 2. No Rodri, let's see how it does. Foden the captain in the 10 with Vinny off the left, McKadey off the right and Haaland through the middle. We've got Nusa, Semenyo, Shirky, Mukasa, Rodri, El Hilali, Ait Nuri, Lakeba on the bench. We'll test to keep up our undefeated streak here today at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We know how good Spurs have put in performance against us. We beat them in the Cup just 3-2. A big comeback. We've got them already twice in today's episode. Let's start this episode well with a win against Spurs. With a bit of a rotated side. Look towards that Cup game as well. I was interested to see if Spurs do rotate. They don't think they do. It's Diagorio on the bench with Rennes, Xavi Simons, Dominic Solanke, Ashley Phillips, Mikey Moore, Matthias Tell, Wilson Odobert and Archie Gray. It's Maignan in goal, Porro, Romero, Vuskovic and Herskov. The back 4, no Danzo today. Marcel Arith and Papsar with Bergval in midfield 3. Johnson does start with Besser up top instead of Matthias Tell. No Kudus either and Savigny on the left. So I do think they've rotated themselves as they look towards that cup game. How do you replace a 94 rate midfielder who's got everything in Rodri? Something we need to maybe look at the transfer market for. Brent Johnson. My teammate Destiny Doggies. Passed him a little too easy at the start there, Johnson. To the middle here. Diamande with some defending to do here, and the strike by the forward, it's a side netting. Livramento unhappy, he's not starting ahead of El Hilali at the moment in the big games. Nice Foden finding Haaland here. And Haaland across the box to Ryan McKadey, right down the middle, back to McKadey. And he puts in the rebound. Well, he needs more games as well, Ryan McKadey. He's a youngster. That he's not really getting any chance. You've got Semenyo battling on that right-hand side with him, with Nusa perhaps. Carrizo now, and also himself. Left-hand side, you've got Vinny, Nusa can play there. Semenyo can play there as well, so plenty of options. Shirky sometimes plays on the right as well. Haaland goes to the assist, it doesn't quite work out. Ryan McKadey puts in the rebound anyway. Vinny. Anderson. Foden. Haaland. Vinny. Great play by City. Off goes Vinny. Into the box here to Haaland with the volley. Good save by Mike Maignan. The sort of footballer that no one can deal with. Foden. Oh, good ball to McKadey. And in behind to Haaland. What a ball by McKadey. And Erling Haaland for 2 here. Haaland makes it 2. Both combined off that right side. McKadey and Haaland. Lovely run. His 22nd and 23 appearances for Manchester City. Brilliant. The doggy. Foden. Haaland. McKadey on the volley. 3-0. What a goal that is. Ryan McKadey off the right makes it 3. We're tearing Spurs apart here. And Erling Haaland, credit to him, that was good play. Foden as well. Very impressed by that. McKadey in on the volley. To the far corner, he hits it. Lovely finish by Ryan McKadey. Here's Besser. Vardel goes chasing. Savigno. Ball through the middle. Oh, Livramento. I tell you what, he wants his place back in this team, Livramento, on this performance. Foden wide to McKadey. And through to Vinny Jr. against Romero. Vinny. McAdoo for the hat-trick. Well, there's only one player who's got 2 hat-tricks this season. And it's Ryan McAdoo off that right-hand side. A hat-trick in the Cup. And a hat-trick today in the Premier League against Spurs. He looks like a young player that he's taken his game to another level. An assist for Vinny. This is a very, very clever little back heel. McAdoo makes no mistake with it. Letters it on the right foot. O'Reilly. Back to Mikasa again. To Foden. Vinny. Great play. Noosa. Plays Foden. Phil. Foden this time doesn't miss. 5-0 Manchester City against Spurs. And that is a bleak future Spurs will be looking at now towards faces in the Cup in just a few days' time. Diamande, what a challenge. The doggy's gone and done it as well there. Brilliant. Vinny. Noosa. Trouble again. Noosa. Foden's there. Phil Foden! 6-0 Manchester City. I cannot believe it. And they compete. Mikasa. Vinny. Oh! Semenyo! What a goal it would have been if Semenyo could put it in the back of the net. Wow! The doggy, brilliant by Destiny Doggy, former Spurs man, away to Noosa. Full-time whistle goals. Tottenham 0-0. Manchester City 6. A clean sheet, and we've destroyed them. And it's a hat-trick for young Ryan McAdoo, who makes his mark on the City side once again and says, listen, I think I should be playing even more. We're just 3 days after that massive win against Spurs. We face them again now in the Carabao Cup semi-final. 3-2 up in aggregate. The other semi-final is Brentford and Bournemouth, which is currently all square at 1-1. This time for Spurs today, Verbruggen starts in goal. It's El Hilali, Kusanov, Lukeba and Aitnuri City's back four. Rodri the captain alongside Anson in midfield 2. With Cherki in front, Semenyo and Vinny in the wide areas, Haaland for the middle. We've got Diamande, Doggy, Livramento, O'Reilly, Foden, Noosa, Carrizo, and also Sangare on the bench. And one thing you'll notice about the team is, at the moment, El Hilali and Livramento both quite content. They're not happy like the rest of the team because they both feel like they should be starting. They're both battling well. It's a healthy composition. Sure, they're enjoying it. But it feels like maybe come the end of the season, you're looking at that situation saying one of them's got to go. So Carabao Cup, it's semi-final second leg. Manchester City find themselves 3-2 up on this Spurs side. Just beat them 6-0 in the Premier League. Just tore them apart. But I'm pretty sure Enzo Maresco put out a much stronger Spurs side, as we will be putting out a much stronger City side. Rodri back in there and captaining the side today. So Mike Maignan surprisingly is on the bench here for Spurs with Vuskovic, Xabi Simons, Solanke, Takai, Archie Gray, Aleo Velith, also Mikey Moore and Ashley Phillips. It's Dirigorio in goal. Porro, Romero, Dragoshin and Rensch the back four. Bergval, Kulusevski and Sarr the midfield 3. Kulusevski's such a good player. Bren Johnson at right must be injured. With Tell back through the middle and Savinho on the left. Look at that space for Vinny. And of course Cherki finds him. And back to Haaland here, and it's just past the post by Erling Haaland. Cherki onto Anderson. Back into Cherki. Again he looks at Vinny. Vinny looks at Cherki here. Against Kulusevski. Cherki! 1-0 City. What a bit of play from Ryan Cherki. Lovely skill. And City now have a 4-2 lead over Tottenham Hotspur in this one. They are failing in the semi-final. Over to Cherki. Touches it with his head. And the second touch. Stretch him. Just pokes it. Lifts it over Di Gregorio. Anderson. Rodri. Cherki. Oh, Cherki's in behind again here. He's away, Cherki. They can't stop him. Ryan Cherki for 2. What a footballer. And he is taking his game to another level now. I feel Cherki this season. He's 25 years of age now. He's approaching that part of his career where he's getting to his absolute best. I do feel like we've got a real superstar here. 90 rated. 2 today. Assist-wise, goals-wise, everything he's stepping up massively. Vinny Jr. feels like he's at fault for that one, so he's making the bust and they've got to get back as he's making the run back. Savinho. Crossing by Savinho. Away by Aitnuri. El Hilali away towards Semenyo. Cherki. Right to Vinny again here. Against Pedro Porro. Surely burns him. Vinny in. What a ball. Haaland! 3-0. What a ball by Vinny. 3-0 City. Game, set and match. And Haaland kills it off with another assist for Vinicius Jr. off this left-hand side. Great crossing. On a plate for Erling Haaland. Low and hard he hits it. Rodri. Oh, what a ball to Semenyo here. Control for the opposition, Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo inside. And through to Sangare. And Sangare should score. That is tell. That's Kusanov. Not past Lukaku. Another great challenge. And O'Reilly cuts it out. Well played. Nusa. Foden. Nusa. Look at Sangare in space. And Nusa off the bench. Could get a hat-trick of assists here. Sangare does miss this one. 4-0. Finally he scores and Nusa gets another assist. I think it's a hat-trick of assists off the bench for him. Sangare. Nusa. It's even a bit sloppy, but that's full time. City 4, Spurs 0. We're going to a Carabao Cup final. We couldn't get that last year. Vincent Kompany leads his side this year. What a performance all round by the team. At the transfer deadline day, one of our new signings is going to be going out on loan to Brentford, get some Premier League experience at the end of the season. Juan Cruz Meza is going to be playing at Brentford. We've had Echeverri there. We've had other players on at Brentford. Silton, I think, is there as well, and they've all developed well, so we trust them to take him on. 1 hour remains on transfer deadline day. Some of the biggest deals today are Penda moving from Brentford to West Ham for €55 million. Gyökeres moving to Dortmund from Arsenal for nearly €86 million. And Giuliano Simeone, I think it's Giuliano Simeone, moves from Atleti to Manchester United for just under €100 million. Crazy money spent in January of all. But that ends transfer deadline day and January. We've got some simulations of the Premier League coming up next, considering we're so far ahead at the top of that table, as you can see here. We are willing to simulate next game. So we've got Brighton, I think Fulham at home in 6th place. Maybe we play Fulham because they're quite out of the table. But we'll see how that goes and we'll see what the results we get. Depends on the Champions League draw as well, if some games get thrown into today's episode. The big 4-1 win over Brighton for Manchester City. Mitoma gets the goal for them. Livramento gets a red card, which is a worry. It's Shirky, Vinicius Jr., Sangare and Vinny again later on to get a 4-1 at home. But it would mean a suspension for Livramento for the next one. Another simulation up next against 17th place Leeds United. City just scraped by a little bit with a 2-1 over Leeds. Leeds did have the lead at half-time through former City man Lucas Mecha, but it's Udogie and Foden that get the winners to put City with another 3 points and still undefeated on this massive win streak. Well, next is Emirates FA Cup action for Manchester City in the 4th round against Queen's Park Rangers. And QPR are a lower ranked side, so City do rotate quite heavily for this one. Rest for the likes of Shirky, Rodri, Haaland and Vinny. So starts in goal. It's Livramento, Diamande, Neistad and Udogie. City's back 4. Captain O'Reilly alongside Naipan in the midfield 2. It's Mikasa in the 10 with Carith on the left, McKady on the right, and Sangare through the middle. On the bench, you've got the usual Lukaku, Kusanov, El Hilali, Anderson, Semenyo, Nusa and Foden. Nusa and Foden will try and get on as quick as possible. And also there is new youngster Matondo, who could make his debut for the club. Of course, Juan Cruz left the club on loan, as did who is the one? Noah Fernandes as well. Neistad stuck around. He's still in the squad. He's in the team today. Matondo could get a bit of an appearance for himself as well. Well, I might be wrong here as we go into this game against QPR in the FA Cup, but it feels like every season we have played in this series, into season 4 now, we have always drawn QPR, whether it be in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, we always play them. Carabao Cup and Belly tends to have a good game for them and so on. It'd be interesting to play a different side for once, but no, it's QPR once again, and hopefully we can beat them once again. Swings one in. O'Reilly in there, away to Carith though. Sangare. Diamande. Neistad. Sangare! Oh, what a hit by Sangare that is. Near post, top bins. Sergio Aguero-esque. He's second in 2 appearances. I'd love to see his goal tally at the end of the season because he hasn't played many games. When he does play, he tends to score. Played in by Neistad, and look at this, first time hit. Whew. He finds it on a postage stamp, doesn't he, in top corner, Sangare. Naipan. Sees that ball to Sangare, but can't quite find him. O'Reilly. Mikasa. McKady! 2-0 Manchester City. And Ryan McKady, when he plays, he scores at the moment. 2-0 off that right-hand side. Good movement from him. Nice little layoff by Mikasa. Plays it into his path. And he can just side foot it right foot first time. Into that back of the net for 2-0. And they come the other way here with Matt Morgan again and cut out by O'Reilly. Just really settling into that older midfield role this season. It's Naipan! Oh, save with the keeper. Sangare in the rebound. A good save by Wright. There's Mikasa. Sangare. All in behind to McKady. Off he goes again here, Ryan McKady. McKady. Into Sangare. Sangare with the left foot tries one from range and puts it wide. Oh, Sangare wrong side here. Neistat puts it out. Not for long though! On a miss by QPR, they should have scored. Neistat there. I guess I can't get that. Only two. But they're putting the pressure on us. There's spacing behind here again. Livramento can't stop that one. Far post to Dembele. Samuel Soles makes a good save. A doggy away. Caritho wins it. El Hilali. Foden. Caritho. Foden. Semenyo. Back onto Foden here. Phil Foden. Semenyo is there. Why didn't he hit it? The full-time whistle goes. City 2, QPR 0. Through to the next round of the FA Cup. Not a stellar performance, but a win. Another simulation up next against 11th place Fulham. It was our midfield that get us the win. And a clean sheet for the side once again. A 2-0 win with Rodri and Anderson. The goals from midfield. Another 3 points and City still in this Premier League undefeated. The final game of the episode will be against Crystal Palace. We are 18 points clear top of the Premier League table with a chance of breaking that 100-point record with 4 draws and 23 defeats and perhaps matching Arsenal's record of being undefeated in a season. This is incredible stuff from Vincent Kompany's side. The final game of the episode will be away to 15th place Crystal Palace. Manchester City, there is no title race for us this year. I think the title race might be already done with more than 10 games to go. This aside for Crystal Palace, they were going to have some change in the side where Bruggen starts to go. It's El Hilali, Kusana Vardy on the doggy, City's back 4. Captain Rodri alongside O'Reilly in midfield 2 with Phil Foden in front, Semenyo on the right, Noose on the left, and Vinny through the middle today. Haaland is rested on the bench. We've got Shirky, McKay, Mukasa, Anderson, Livramento, Lukeba, and Diamande. Away to Selhurst Park go Manchester City, a side in 15th place, and a side which every team when they come up against us now is looking to try and just get that one victory over Manchester City, just end the undefeated streak that we're on, stop us from matching that Invincibles record. Palace still line up in a back 5. On the bench they've got Walter Benitez, Pauletta, Doucouré, Mateta, Canvot, Sutton, Nketiah, Adam Wharton, Admiral. I'm surprised Wharton doesn't start. Musso starts in all the back 5 of Santos, Mark Gahey, Upamecano, Lacroix and Sosa. It's a strong back 3, Gahey, Upamecano, Lacroix. Hayden Hackney and Amada in the midfield 2, with Raxakai, Moise Keane through the middle, and Adrian on the left, Moise Keane, a real dangerous forward. Raxakai taken off him by Destiny, a doggy, well played. Here is O'Reilly, Noosa, Foden, Vinny, Semenyo's in again here. Antoine Semenyo! Bottom corner from Semenyo. Manchester City have the lead. He's had 3 shots in the opening few moments of the game here. 6th of the season, 16 appearances in the Premier League. He's already had a few attempts as Antoine Semenyo. We'll start this one. Vinny with another assist finds him. And hits this nice and hard, low into that bottom corner. A typical Semenyo finish. And he's pressing Amada. Sosa. Ajin. Quick. Pacey. Oh, he's past El Hilali. Too easy. Back to Moise Keane on the turn here. Great goal from Palace, 1-1. I'm just talking about us being good defensively and then we get punished like that. El Hilali, terrible. Moise Keane spins Joshko Vardiel too easy to beat Verbruggen. Here is O'Reilly, Foden, Vinny. Brilliant play. The doggy. Noosa into the box here. Semenyo attacks it away. Foden up Meccano away. O'Reilly back down to Rodri. Back into O'Reilly. Foden turns. Foden hits it off the bar by Phil Foden. Here is Santos. Oh, in behind to Moise Keane here. Chance again, and Moise Keane blazes it over the bar. Against Lacroix. Oh, he's giving him all sorts of troubles here. El Hilali. Back into Vinny. O'Reilly. O'Reilly! 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Manchester City. Good finish. His first goal of the season for Nico O'Reilly. From midfield, gets in a good position there. Found by Vinny, who's got another assist again today. Vinny. Antonio Noosa. Noosa's away here. Noosa. Semenyo! 3-1. Well, Noosa likes getting assists as well. And he gets another assist here. Semenyo makes it 7 in 16. Noosa in. Are we still going here, Noosa? Vinny. Phil Foden saved. Back to Foden for 4. I don't know if that goes down as another Vinny assist, but Phil Foden makes it 4. Good play from Noosa on that left-hand side. Good ball into Semenyo. On to Vinny. And on to Semenyo. He's in for his hat-trick here. Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo. Semenyo! Hat-trick Antoine Semenyo. 5-1 Manchester City. And he gets his 8th this season. And a brilliant hat-trick for Antoine Semenyo. Played in by Vinny, who gets a hat-trick of assists, I think, today as well. And he makes no mistake when through. Bang. 5-1. No one can get anywhere near us. And usually we have a little bit of drop-off in the season. You know, in Pep Guardiola's time, we always had that bit of a drop-off. Unbelievable from Vinny. O'Reilly into Noosa. He's going to get there. Flips one in. Vinny is there. Vinny gets there. What a goal, 6. What a goal. What a goal, 6-1. Wow. He's 12th for the season. Just running right here. This is crazy. Cross comes in. What a touch. We always had that drop-off. The last 3 seasons, we've always had that drop-off. And, you know, in times we've not won the title because of that. Or we've not won the Champions League because of that. In the league this season, there's been no drop-off. We've been consistently unbelievable. Doggy across. Easily beat him. Put it back. Moise Keane. Oh my God, Kusanov. Put your foot in. 6-2. That is the problem though, isn't it? Vinny. He's played so good up top today, Vinny. Oh, down the box, Phil Foden. Ref. Slammed the box there, Phil Foden. Oh, well played, Livramento. Foden. Noosa. Oh, onto Vinny, just couldn't find him. Back to Noosa. Foden. Back onto Noosa. Noosa saved. Foden. Oh, what a tackle out Meccano. City somehow can't get 7. Spins O'Reilly. Livramento. Foot on the ball. Still can't win it. Nudge him. Moise Keane. He's bullied Kusanov now. Hat-trick Moise Keane, 6-3. Kusanov's been bullied. I mean, he's been great in the other games, Kusanov, but today he's been really poor. And I question whether in the sort of games where he's going to come up against a really physical striker, Diamande's got to play. Really can't stop him. Hadjin. Oh, Livramento, that's weak. Hadjin crossing. Hayden Hackney. Oh, the feet from Hackney. 4. 6-4, that's crazy. 4 goals conceded at home. Or 4 goals scored at home for Palace and they don't win the game. Mikasa. He's not a holding midfielder. Guy can't play there. Full-time whistle goes, a 6-4 win. End of the episode, we get another win, but a frustrating performance really in the end. A hat-trick for Antoine Semenyo. Puts his name top of the list of the top performance once again. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe if you are new. And consider joining the WST Members Club to see these videos extended and early. We'll see you guys next time.